Hi, Centerpoint. Vince Blueball here, your missions pastor, and I'm sitting here with our good friend Deanne Pendley from Welcome Food Pantry in Millbrook. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
As you guys know, we're plying through a series here on Continuing the Mission podcast where we're interviewing and talking with our local church partners that we have, or our local partners to the church, I should say, our ministry partners here in the area. And now it's Deanne's turn, and I'm so happy that you're here today.
Me too.
James couldn't be here with us. He's out probably driving a truck right now delivering food to people.
Right.
James is her husband, by the way. So before we get started, number one, you have just welcomed your fourth grandbaby.
Yes, we sure have.
So tell me about that.
Well, she is just a little bit over a month old, and she is precious. She was tiny when she got here, but she's growing like a little weed.
Okay. So you have 4 grandkids, 16, 14, 9, and now 1 month old.
That's right. Okay. All girls.
Wow. Bless your heart.
I know. We love it.
I love it. And then you were telling me that James and your girls went with them?
Both of my
to
girls.
Ecuador?
Yeah, no, Guatemala. They just came back, so they were there for about 8 days.
Yeah.
And 2 teenage girls and their dad went on this first mission trip. They'd never even flown in an airplane before. Wow. So they had a really, really good time.
I love it.
They went over there to install stoves and just spread the gospel. So they did VBS and just a lot of, there was medical care going on too. So they got to do a lot of all of that.
Did he come back with coffee?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No coffee?
Coffee's the best.
Is it?
Anyway, yeah, that's cool. So I asked that to let our folks know that you're active in your own church. Like you're not just running this ministry that other churches are part of. You and your husband and your kids are involved in a local church, and you're serving missionally with the gospel. I love that. All right, so let's talk about the food pantry. So when I first got here, January, I guess it was right after Christmas. One of the first stops that Steve Boston, he put me in his car and was driving me around, and we walked into Welcome Food Pantry in Millbrook, and it was amazing. Like I was amazed at what you do there. So I'm not sure everyone listening knows or watching. Right. So why don't you just kind of give an overview of the ministry and what you guys are doing and where you're located?
Okay. So we just recently moved. Well, it's not super recently. I guess we've been there over a year now. We are at 1881 I-65 Service Road. So we are just to the south of the new hotels on Cobbs Ford Road on the other side of the interstate. And I started at Welcome in 2017, but the mission has been around since 1994. So it's been around for a really long time.
That's like 31 years.
Yeah. We were on Main Street. And so we just had grown out of that building. The need has just grown, especially after COVID. The need, economy is crazy, and the need for, people. There's a lot of hungry people.
Yeah.
And we deal with about 14.6% hunger, food insecurity in Elmore County. And so we serve West Elmore County, but we also serve part of Prattville. And as the need grows, we will grow with it. And so we serve, right now we began to, at the new place, we used to pack bags. And at this place, we opened up what we call client choice. And so when families in need come, they get to shop in the grocery store.
That's what I love.
So it's really, really cool.
The day I was there, people were doing that. You're not just handing them food, but they get to have a little bit of dignity where they feel like, hey, we're picking out our own food.
We use the food to bring people to us, right?
Sure.
But what we desire is to give them Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's our provider. So he gives us hope. He gives us dignity, right? And so he's the one who's bringing this food into the pantry. And he has increased the amount of food that we have.
Which is amazing.
It's mind-blowing. He made this building happen when it didn't look like it was going to.
And it's a nice building.
It is now. It wasn't.
Well, yeah.
We've done a lot of renovations.
But it looks great.
But it meets our needs for right now.
Yeah.
And so we have a warehouse where we bring food in. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We can't talk without my hands. And we do everything by weight. So we don't calculate dollars or anything like that. We calculate pounds. And so we are part of a food recovery program through the Heart of Alabama Food Bank, which is part of Feeding America. And so we pick up food from local grocery stores that would otherwise be thrown away.
Yeah.
And it's still perfectly good food. It's just that, oh, well, it was yesterday's bread and they only sell today's bread.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you got a $6 loaf of bread that is perfectly fine.
Sure.
If you'd have bought it yesterday, it would still be on your counter, right? And so our grocery store looks amazing. I mean, it looks like a little bougie grocery store.
Oh, yeah,
it's
I
great.
love it.
And so they get to come in, and when they come in, they pick the things they want, right? Obviously, we have limitations based on the size of their family, and we have guidelines that we stick to as far as who can qualify and things like that. But they get to come in, they pick what they want, so there's less waste. So if you just pre-packed a box and gave it to them, there are going to be things they don't like.
Yeah.
So this way, not only does it restore dignity, but it creates less waste, which in turn feeds more people.
I love that. And that's a government thing too, right? Like you've talked about before, there's so many pounds per family.
So Feeding America does, they're a big, huge nonprofit organization. So they've done a lot of statistics collection and stuff. And so we follow a formula that they created, which for every 1.2 pounds equals a meal. And according to like 2023 statistics in Elmore County, the meals, they say, cost $4.17 per meal. And so we calculate per meal, right, per person.
Yeah.
So if you were a family coming in and you received 100 pounds, that's approximately $400 that we have, pushed into your household.
That's right.
So and they are able to come twice a month. And so if we can do that for a family twice a month, then that's, pushing in $800 of impact into their budget.
So help me out here.
Okay.
So let's just say me and my wife are having a tough time. I got laid off from my job. We need some help with groceries. Mm-hmm. I can't just show up and walk in and get food. Like there's an intake process.
Well, you would show up.
Sure.
Because we wouldn't schedule you an appointment because we don't know you.
That's right.
You would call in. You would ask us what hours. I would tell you, come on in. This is what I need. Bring me your ID. Bring me your last pay stub or whatever. And you'd say, well, I don't have any income right now. I just got laid off. Okay, well, then guess what? You immediately qualified because you don't have any income.
That's right.
And so we would take your ID. You would come over, fill out some paperwork based on, I want your name, your address, your date of birth, all that stuff. How many people live in your house, who they are, what their date of birth is, do they have any income?
Yeah.
You're right. And then we would, let's say you have 2 kids, it's you and your wife and 2 kids. Okay, so you become a family. You're a family of 4. So we're going to feed you like you're a family of 4.
Yep.
You're going to follow the guidelines for what it would be for a family of 4 to get food.
Yep. But in that process, too, your folks are trained to give the gospel.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's not just about feeding someone with bread, but the bread of life.
So we don't do that so much on the intake process as we do when we take you back and show you what the Lord has provided.
So like you're going to escort you or a volunteer is going to escort my family back and kind of hang out with us through this process.
Always someone with you when you're there. So we have what we call shoppers that call the client back. They have the cart ready and the bags already in the cart, empty bags. And so then they take them through the grocery store, right, and get to know them as they're shopping. Not, invasive or anything, but just, hey, this is what you can get, and, talking about the things that they like and, their family. Oh, you've got... So, I see you've got 4. Do you have kids, boys, girls, whatever? People are just people. It's easy to talk about your family because you love them. And so, and our volunteers they've been called to do this. So you can see it because they love our clients. Yeah. And so at the end, they have a clipboard that has the client's name and, a little bit about them on there. And they're going to ask them, is there anything I can pray for you? How can I pray for you? Yeah. And then right then and there in the grocery store before they leave, and it's just natural. Sure. It's not, and sometimes you'll have, a lot of our clients are going to be with us until they pass. I mean, they're on Social Security, they're on a fixed income, and so they're going to come constantly. Well, we really do know them like family. Yeah. And so they may be sometimes the volunteer. They're a client and a volunteer, right? That's awesome. And so they'll just jump right in and pray right with us. So
I love that.
It's great.
All right, so we've been talking about volunteers. Now let's transition. I know I'm not going to name them because they would be embarrassed and send me a hate email later. But we have folks from Centerpoint that do volunteer.
Yes.
But you are in constant need of volunteers. So
Constant.
one of the things we're trying to do is talk to our Connect Group leaders, which is our small group ministry here.
Correct.
And I'm a Connect Group leader myself. What is a way, if you're talking to a Connect Group leader right now and say they've got 4 to 8 couples meeting in their home weekly for a Bible study, and it's like this little community,
Yep.
right? What would you say to them about ways that they could engage and volunteer at Welcome?
So ways that you can volunteer, we serve Monday through Friday. So I know oftentimes people are at work, right?
Yeah.
And so as a Connect group, you could plan an after hours event if you wanted to come over and clean, or if you want to come over and help stock.
Yeah.
Things like that. It obviously have to be planned because my time is limited,
Well,
right?
yeah.
And so
Sure.
if you've never been to the pantry, it would be something that we would have to train you to do.
Yeah.
We are hopeful that the youth will get involved and
Sure.
come over and do some
Yeah.
of that. And I've got some people that are willing, not just me, but other volunteers who are willing to help get people involved, because once you come and you see the magnitude, it is faith building.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
Because we think we know how much Jesus loves us. Well, it's easy to see
That's
in the
right.
pantry. When you can see it in the physical, you will have no doubt.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I love it. So we're talking about maybe on a Tuesday night or Wednesday night or whatever night it is, having already prearranged with you.
Correct.
My Connect group can show up, and we've got 70 plus Connect groups here. So
Right.
let's just say each one does once a month or once every so often, if we can stack
Sure.
that out. We show up, we're pushing a broom, running a mop,
Right.
doing that kind of thing, maybe stocking some shelves. And then, you and I talked about this, we prayer walk through the building for the
Correct.
next day, that everyone that comes in is going to feel not just get their stomach full,
That's right.
but meet the bread of life,
That's
just
right.
like the woman at the well,
That's right.
right? And so that's a big key.
I've had so many people come in and say that I have never felt the Holy Spirit in a place other than a church like I feel it here.
Sure, I would
know?
echo that.
And we, but I think it's because we treat it like it's a
Yeah,
church,
that's
right?
right,
I mean, this
that's
is his house.
Well, and it's about the gospel. It's really
Right.
not about the food.
It's not about
The
the
food is just an
It's
avenue
not about the
to
food.
display the love of Christ,
That's
so that
right.
the Holy Spirit can draw them to Him.
That's right. Because you
Yeah.
could leave all the food in the world there, and if you remove Jesus, I'm out.
That's right, because
not gonna
the
be there.
government, UNICEF, Peace Corps,
Yeah.
they can all do food.
Right.
So it's not about the food.
It's not
We
about
just
food.
use that as the.
Right.
I
It
shouldn't
is-
say we use that. God has given you that
Right.
platform.
And it's fun to watch him use the
Yeah,
food.
because Jesus would always meet people's needs.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then He would give them Himself.
That's right.
We love that. All right. So let's talk about the other piece. First off, so what if do you need us to like maybe donate food, or do you get a lot of
Sure.
that from the food
I
bank?
do get a lot of the food. It's not all from the food bank, but I do get a lot of food donated from the community.
Yeah.
But it is, you just get what you get.
You can't have too much.
You can't have too much. And so right now, one of the things I'm short on, it's weird, is canned vegetables and canned soup. And
Really?
so I used to get tons of that, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Sometimes things just flip around and it's fine. Used to it would be so much and we would be in need of meat.
Yeah.
Now I have more meat than almost that I can give away.
Okay.
And so I need some canned things. But you could do a canned food drive in your small group
Yeah.
and just pick 2 or 3 items. Use like the buy one, get one freeze at
That's right.
Winn-Dixie and Publix.
So you're
And
talking like corn, green
Yes.
beans,
anything you would eat, somebody.
Campbell soup,
Yes.
or whatever.
Exactly.
All right, stuff like that.
Stuff like that. And then another avenue that I've been talking to some other nonprofit organizations, like there will be, like the chamber has ambassadors. There are several different groups that have not just board members, but ambassadors, almost like junior board members, where they go out and pretty much just like a cheerleader,
Yeah.
right? Create awareness.
That's right.
I've got a couple of different things that I am, we've never really done a lot of outreach into the community for funding.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of outreach to let clients know that, hey, hungry people know we're here to
that's
help
right.
you. But there's really two sides of our business, right? We need to let people know who need us.
That's right.
For food.
Yeah.
Hey, we're here. But we also need to let the community know, hey, this is your food pantry.
That's right.
And we need it. You got to have funds to operate.
That's right.
And so we just closed out a direct mailer, our very first ever back to school mailer, to just create some awareness that there are kids in our community that are going back to school. And there's not a lot of food on their shelves at home, if any, right? And praise the Lord, we're still getting free lunches at school. But when they come home, there may or may not be the needs there. And so we want to be that for them, right? And so in order to do that, we got to have funding. You got to keep the lights on. You got to piecemeal the things that you don't have, like the soup and veggies. But also, we're doing a banquet in October.
Yeah.
Never done that before. And so I need some people to help me go out to folks that may want to support us in
kind
that.
of promote it.
Yeah, to help me promote it.
What about working it?
I hope we have the youth that's going to work it, but I don't.
Set up and tear down.
We can always use hands and feet. So
right.
Always.
So if I'm interested in that, or like if I want to do what James does, I want to get my. You don't have
CDL.
to have CDL. Oh, you do. So
Mm-hmm.
if I have a CDL or I'm willing to get it, I could drive the food delivery truck.
That's
if I want to
correct.
do anything like that, like what's your website? How do you want them to contact you?
You reach me at. You can pretty much always reach me at the pantry.
Yeah.
Call on the cell phone or the phone. It's 334-285-0150.
Wait, give that
or
again.
334-285-0150.
Okay.
And then you can also go to our website to look at our operational hours and the other things that we have out there. It's welcomefoodpantry.org.
Okay. Welcomefoodpantry.org.
Yep. That's how you can reach us.
DM Pendley.
That's right.
Yeah, I love it.
Find
All
me
right.
on Facebook.
So let's talk about finances. So I know that Centerpoint, excuse me, I think it's your perfume.
Sure.
Yeah. I know that you've got to have funds.
Yep.
Light bill.
Yep.
You take a salary. I mean, I know
Yep.
it's a modest one because you're
Right.
not doing it to make money.
That's
you're doing
right.
it to do the ministry.
But you got
But
transportation
you've got costs, you got
Sure.
fuel, insurance.
all that.
So I know as a church we give you some, but what are some other ways that like maybe folks could engage financially?
You can go to our website.
Okay.
There is a donation page on our website. You can mail a check.
Yep.
We have a P.O. box in Millbrook, and so it's on our website as well.
Sure.
And you can come by the pantry
Yeah.
and get a tour. I would love to.
Oh, it's amazing.
I would love for people just to show up and let's give them a tour.
That's right.
Because once you see it, you will. It's hard to not want
Yeah.
to be a part of it.
Would you like for them to schedule that or just pop in?
Call me, send me an email.
Okay.
But
not just
really
drop by.
and truly, you could just pop by.
Okay.
I'm not
All
really
right.
going to turn people away.
Well, I understand that. You also have things for folks to do on Saturdays, right? If they want to, or is that
We're
that kinda
working
come-
on that.
Okay,
We're
so that's
working
coming
on
down the
that.
pike.
Right. We
Okay.
had Saturdays where we were doing food distribution, and it didn't work out. I wasn't
Yeah.
getting enough volunteers, and
Yeah.
so it's too much for me to do by myself.
Sure.
And I did that a couple of Saturdays.
Sure.
And I was like, nope. So we moved those people to a different day.
Okay.
But as we expand and grow, we'll probably need to add
So
a
maybe
weekend.
even the cleaning on Saturdays will
Yeah.
come down the road.
Sure. Well, we could schedule cleaning now. It's
Okay.
just the serving of clients.
Okay, but on a Saturday, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. So
sure.
if my Connect group, because
Exactly.
some Connect groups are all military people, and it's just hard during the week because
Right.
they're in school
Exactly.
at Maxwell, but they might be able to give up a Saturday from 10
Sure.
to 1 or something like that.
Right.
But as long as they coordinate it with you,
Yeah. If you had
that's
a
the key.
group that you guys were going to come in and do it, I could always
Sure.
give you the lockbox code. You can go in and
Yeah,
clean
and
away.
then, but somebody's going to probably need to be there to get trained so that
Exactly.
when that group comes, they know what to do.
That's right.
Because we need to respect your property, right?
Right.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
It's-
The one thing that I really appreciate about James and Deanne is it's never primarily been about the food or even the money. The money is important, like we said, because you can't pay the light bill without it or
That's
put
right.
gas in the food truck without it. And occasionally you've got to probably buy some food occasionally
Yep.
when you have shortfalls.
We do.
But it's really about the prayer first, and
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk about that. We're going to close with that, so be thinking about your prayer requests. But it's really about spreading the gospel. and the food is just the means to that. But I do want to encourage you Connect group leaders, and I'm talking to myself as a Connect group leader. Maybe throughout the year you can maybe put a piggy bank and every week everybody throw a few dollars in and just collect that over a period of time and go donate it. And maybe you just collect canned goods. We've all been to the store where they'll have a sale. I remember last time I was at Walmart or something, it was 6 cans for green beans. Well, we don't need all those in my family, but we could help feed somebody else, right? So maybe you're going to do that. The other thing is all of us can find some time during the week, maybe not every week, but a couple times a month or whatever, where we can go and help clean the facility, maybe restock, and then prayer walk through the building. And if you do that, I really don't want you to just clean and restock. I want you to include that prayer walking piece, because that's as important as anything else. I'm sure you'd agree with me. The devil hates what you're doing.
Absolutely.
He probably hates you and James and your family and all of the churches that are involved, right? So we can stand with you on that. Now let's transition, and then we're kind of rounding home here and put a bow on this episode. How can we pray for you and maybe James specifically, if you don't mind sharing that, and then pray for the ministry?
Sure. Well, always you just pray for strength and wisdom, right? We always need that because the load is heavy.
Yeah.
You know, we serve over 200 families every week. And so you get tired, right? And the devil does hate us. Yeah. You know, he does want to just throw every roadblock,
which is an encouragement, but it's also difficult.
Yeah, it makes you tired.
Yeah.
And so just continue to pray for strength for us, but and just encouragement. I mean, we are. When I guess when I'm at the pantry, I don't realize that I'm tired until I'm done.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like I had a sweet little volunteer tell me one time I'd asked her if she would come out and pray, and just be in the front, because we need prayer warriors out there. Yeah. Our family members, our neighbors need people praying with them.
Sure.
They are dealing with some of the hardest situations that you and I may never deal with, right, in our lives. And, I mean, they're coming to a place because they cannot supply themselves with food, okay? And so just let that sink in for a second.
How difficult is that?
Right.
Because most of us, when we need something, we go to Walmart or wherever and we get what we need.
Exactly. So anytime you're asking for help, it's hard, right? And so we try to make that as light as possible. But the truth is, when they come in, we want them to receive Jesus, right? And so we have a sweet, we call her Aunt Martha. She comes and she prays out front. And when she was deciding whether or not she was going to do that for us, she was like, man, Deanne, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask the Lord if this is what I'm supposed to do. And she came to me. Obviously, she came back and said, yes. He said yes. And I was like, oh, well, good. Because I was wondering if he's going to tell you no, not to pray for people.
Yeah, that's funny.
And I just laughed and, she went about her day. And at the end of the day, she came to me and she said, I feel so refreshed. She said, I thought I was going to be exhausted, but I am so refreshed. And I said, well, Miss Martha, you spent the whole day with the Lord.
That's right.
Why would you feel exhausted?
That's exactly right.
And so, it is, when you're in the throes of it, you do feel like you've spent the day with the Lord.
Yeah.
But at the end,
Sure.
At the end of the day, it's like, been on
and
concrete
honestly,
all day. I'm tired.
You and James have been in my office more than once where
Right.
you're just like, man, we need prayer.
Yeah,
and
I
we
need you to lift me up.
And
That's right.
that's awesome. All right. So let's recap. Give me the website again.
WelcomeFoodPantry.org.
And the phone number.
334-285-0150.
Okay. And what else am I missing? So a list of maybe what you need volunteers to do.
Oh, goodness. I can use office staff. I can use people who cart out groceries. I can use stalkers. I can use people who would be out front praying with people. I could use people who are in the warehouse, cleaning and organizing.
Truck
people
drivers.
Who shop. People who would deliver. People who, a CDL driver would be amazing.
Sure.
That would be great.
Okay. And you need canned green beans.
Yep.
Or vegetables,
Veggies
I should
and
say.
soup,
and
things
soup.
like that.
Okay.
Yep.
And I think that's it. And money.
And money. Always money.
Yeah.
There's that
We
thing.
all need that to do what
right?
we got to do, right?
A big money tree, right?
That's right. Okay. I think you have it. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Please pray and ask the Lord if he wants you to engage at Welcome Food Pantry in Millbrook. I know this, and I can say this with certainty. God wants each and every one of you to pray for Deanne and James and their whole team. Pray for wisdom. We talked about this in a previous episode with Carla Wildman from the Pregnancy Care Center. Pray that Deanne, as the leader of that organization, has wisdom, and I'm talking about James 1:5. If we need wisdom, we can ask him for it. He'll give it to us without finding fault. Pray that she has wisdom. Pray that she'll get more church partners. Now, I'm just being honest here. You don't have a ton of church partners.
I do not.
And you need more churches to come alongside of you and engage in this ministry. So pray that will happen.
Yes.
And pray that God will give you some relief so that you and James aren't doing quite so much. I mean, you guys are giving every single thing you've got and some.
Right.
And you need some folks to come step beside you to make the load a little lighter.
That's right.
Which
That'd
is
be
biblical.
Great. Yes, that'd be
And
great.
so we need that, and then maybe ask the Lord out of the abundance that he's blessed you with, if maybe you can help them out financially. And so we're going to end on that note. Now, before we call this a day and wrap it up, what's a couple things you want to say to Centerpoint?
I am just so thankful for the opportunity, first of all, to just get here, to be here, and to get to share with you guys. But every time I come here, there is such a precious presence of people that are just so, everybody's just engaged. They're happy. They are ready and willing to share the gospel. And I have had some of the sweetest volunteers come from Centerpoint. I love all my volunteers, but it's so fun to see new faces, and then they know each other. So it's like, oh yeah, what service do you go to?
Yeah.
And so it's wonderful to just have such a big family to call my own for the pantry. So I thank you guys very much for all that you guys do for us.
Okay. All right. So that's it. Just remember, Welcome Food Pantry in Millbrook. Go to the website, give Deanne a call, go by and see the facility,
Yes, come see
and
me.
pray about if maybe you should give up a couple hours, 2 or 3 days a month to go in there and clean and prayer walk and help Deanne do what God's called her to do. All right?
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
See you
Appreciate
later.
it.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.